Good Friday afternoon, everybody. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Tim Pandajis, and clouds have rolled on in a little bit ahead of schedule today. If you're north of I-10, you maybe got a little bit of some sunshine early on this morning, but as you can see here, satellite imagery shows that blanketed cloud cover lifting slowly off to the northeast, all associated with our weekend weather system that's going to bring a warm but also quite wet scenario for both Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures, thanks to that cloud cover right now, have been held back significantly. A lot of areas are still in the 40s. 48 officially at Bush, over to Katy, 50 now in Sugar Land, 52 in Hobby. Now there's a big dome of high pressure right now situated to our northeast. That's driving winds out of the east. And eventually, as it moves farther to the east, we'll see that wraparound flow start to turn southeasterly, and watch what it does to our temperatures. Yeah, it's cool now, but overnight tonight, we're going to see that wind shift, and by lunchtime tomorrow, temperatures will be well into the 70s, and by the afternoon, we'll be threatening some records. The record high tomorrow at Bush is 79. The record high on Sunday is 80. So I think it's going to be quite close both of those days. Here's how it looks on the bigger picture. Off to the south, you can see the beginning stages of our weak low pressure system that will bring us some rain and also open up those winds out of the southeast as the warm front moves overhead early tomorrow morning. The storm track right now, the center of that low, looks to track just to our west, and that'll keep us on the warm side of things and also the wet side too. Here's how it plays out as we look at things on a global model, the GFS. Here it is developing overnight tonight, tracking west of Houston, bringing up that warm front through the area late tonight into early tomorrow, shifting those winds, bringing that warm, moist flow off the Gulf of Mexico, and that will enhance the rainfall activity across the area. And as the warm front itself comes on through, that'll act as a trigger for the possibility of some strong to maybe even severe storms. The time frame for that looks to be tomorrow afternoon into the evening, and perhaps even overnight into Sunday morning as well, as we watch another frontal boundary, this time a cold front, arrive from the northwest, and that'll put a squeeze on the atmosphere, helping to wring it out like a sponge. So more heavy rain squalls are likely then. And then finally, once that front drops southeast of the area late Sunday afternoon into early Monday morning, we see our winds shift. Drier, cooler air surges into the area, and we have a nice start to the work week, although it will be a much on the chillier side. So here's a close-up look of more hyper-local of what the models are showing in terms of rainfall and storm chances. I want to show you something interesting here, because tomorrow morning we start things off, a few isolated showers, maybe a few downpours already in the picture. But by the afternoon hours, this is the NAM model we're looking at, and this is hinting at a very feasible solution here of a band of moisture concentrated coming in off that flow, that fetch off the Gulf of Mexico, and moving over the same areas for a long duration of time right through Sunday morning. Now, it has been very, very dry. In fact, some areas are experiencing drought conditions, so that should help us absorb a lot of that rainfall. But if we get that band of heavy rainfall to set up for several hours, certainly flooding potential is there in a lot of those areas that flood quite easily. A lot of paved surfaces in the Houston metro area, as you know, so it may be overwhelmed by some of that heavy rain. And then by Sunday afternoon, here's the cold front dropping its way on through, shifting those winds out of the north. So Storm Prediction Center right now has us at a level 1 threat. It goes all the way up to level 5. So this threat is quite low, but it is present. And the main threats we're looking at here are going to be some strong winds. We're talking wind gusts potentially up and over 50 miles an hour. The small threat of isolated hail in some of these stronger storms, and maybe even an isolated tornado. We can never rule that out here around southeast Texas. But on top of that, too, the flooding potential for the reasons I just highlighted with that banding setting on up coming off the Gulf of Mexico. One thing I want you to take away from this forecast as well is that this weekend is not going to be a washout. It's not going to be raining all the time. We're looking at periods of rain. When it does rain, it'll likely be heavy, and embedded within those downpours will be some thunderstorms too, so keep that in mind. How much rain could we see here? This goes all the way up through Sunday at 11 p.m., so after the front has dropped through, rain chances will dramatically decrease. Anywhere up to 3/4 of an inch to an inch. Higher totals look to be isolated along the coastline and farther off towards the east. I will tell you that some of the latest models coming in that are a little more short range and more in depth show these numbers doubled or even tripled. Again, thanks to that fetch coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to have a lot of moisture available in the atmosphere, and with those fronts around, it's going to act to squeeze it out like a sponge. So we'll have to watch those totals. But overall, here's your weekend forecast. Rain chances around 80% Saturday, 70% as we get into the day Sunday. Thunderstorms likely and expected Saturday afternoon, evening into the overnight. Even a few of them in the picture on Sunday before the front rolls through. Rain chances drop off by Sunday evening. Warm both days, threatening records. By early next week, we're back down to around 60. I'll have your full forecast on TV coming up at 4, 5, 6, and 10. We'll see you then.